suffering a heart attack. The causes of death were put down to failures in care, leading to a significant risk of avoidable harm at the Royal Shrewsbury Hospital. The judge passing sentence said the men's relatives had suffered unimaginable grief.
Earlier this year, an independent review into maternity services at Shrewsbury and Telford found repeated errors in care. The Commons Speaker has confirmed a Conservative MP arrested on suspicion of rape won't be attending Parliament. The man in his 50s, who hasn't been named, has been released on bail. There are reports a passenger plane which crashed into a mountain in China earlier this year was intentionally pushed into a nosedive. 123 passengers and 9 crew members were killed in the crash in March. The Wall Street Journal claims data for a black box suggests it was caused by someone in the cockpit. And the RMT says 2 busy London tube stations will be severely disrupted by a strike over the Jubilee Bank holiday weekend. Union members at Euston and Green Park are planning to walk out on Friday the 3rd of June in dispute over bullying allegations. In the city a short time ago, the FTSE 100 was trading down 29 points at 74.89. The pound buys $1.24 and €1.18. LBC weather, dry with plenty of sunshine for many areas, with showers in the southwest later. Cloudy with a few showers in Northern Ireland, a high of 22 degrees. From Global's newsroom for LBC, I'm Amelia Cox.
This is LBC from Global, leading Britain's conversation with Sheila Fogarty.
Hello there, good afternoon to you if you're just joining me here at LBC. I'm very keen this hour to hear, especially from nurses and midwives. But if you are leaving the health service, your job in the health service, and you're not one of those two things, a nurse or a midwife, it'd be good to hear from you as well. I'm asking about this because overnight, 2 things. Leaving the NHS is the highest for 4 years. And 2, half of new nurses and midwives come from abroad. So that whole question of workforce planning in the NHS and elsewhere, but let's just focus on the NHS for this hour. We're still heavily recruiting from abroad. The government is still having this, the government and others actually, still having this weird relationship with how they talk about migrant workers and immigration generally, even though migrant workers and immigration are shoring up some of our most important public services. And on yesterday's programme, I took a call from a student nurse, Deborah. She called from Chatham. She's considering leaving the profession. We'll hear what she said to me in just a second, but if you are considering leaving or have just left for whatever reason, give me a call and tell me why. It may be that you just decided you'd had enough. It may be that you left halfway through training. That's Deborah's current dilemma. It may be that you were ready for retirement, but perhaps thought you might carry on a bit longer and have decided against it. Whatever the reason, if you are leaving the NHS, leaving your job in the NHS, why? 0345 6060 973 is the number to call. You can text 84850 or tweet at LBC. Deborah said things like parking tickets, low pay and the cost of living, obviously, difficulty making ends meet are the reasons that are contributing to her, and she said others on her course. She's halfway through a 3-year nurse training course, and she said she and others are giving serious thought to packing it in simply because of cost of living. Let's have a listen to what she said.
We do 13-hour shifts. We only get student finance. We're not allowed to work more than, I think it's 8 hours extra outside of doing our student shifts. And we don't get any extra money, any extra funding. Everything's gone up, and there's a lot of us that cannot afford to feed our kids. So we're all considering leaving. You end up leaving with debt, and you're so tired by the end of it, and you're not getting paid.
Did you go into it after having your kids?
I did.
Yeah.
I wanted to do it for a while, but let me give you some context. So I was working in the NHS anyway, in an admin position.
Yeah.
I was coming home with less money than my rent. So I was like, I've always wanted to do nursing.
Then your rent, let alone all the other bills, less money than your rent. Right.
Exactly. So I was getting into debt because I was working. So work does not pay. And bear in mind, I'm outside of London, so there's no London wages. The wages are much lower. compared to London, and I can tell you the difference because I previously lived in London.
Yeah. It's expensive everywhere.
So I decided, I'm going to better myself to, be a better model for my kids, do something I'm passionate about, go to nursing. £150 council tax rebate doesn't affect students because we don't pay council tax, so we're the help for adult students. I pay £10 a day just to park. We don't get any subsidies for parking at the hospital.
So that's £200 a month to park your car?
Just to park. And it's a 13-hour shift. I don't need to start fighting with buses.
What 50-50, stay or go? What do you think?
At the moment, it's looking at 70-30 towards going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you do instead, do you know?
I've been looking at jobs in the council doing safeguarding, caseworking, anything. I just need to be able to feed my kids and pay my bills.
How long into your course are you?
1.5 years. So I'm halfway.
Halfway. It would be so wasteful to lose you.
Definitely. And it's something I actually really enjoy. I'm not there for the funding, I'm not there for the money. It's something I've been passionate about for years.
But you are there for a career, and there's no shame in that, and wanting to feed your children properly and all the rest of it.